Hi guys, we had MightYorc live at Grape Protocol. We did an AMA with them and talked about their project. So, are they just an NFT project? Absolutely not. They're going to be introducing quite a few things. They were talking about many things, but one of the biggest ones they want to put on first is going to be a decentralized way of voting on NFT projects coming to Solana. This is very big. We need more products like this, and it's really good to listen to him and talk through it. So there is more in the pipe works. They talk about having a game token, a token for their project, and many more things. But what was really exciting was one of the first things they talk about, and that is exactly that, the how legit is. So later on, I'm going to get a chance to do a 1v1 and upload some of that for you lovely people out there. But for now, I've got the full AMA coming on, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you, Mother, for the rabbits.
Good to be here. Good evening, or good morning, or good day, everyone. How are
Bla-
you?
yeah, good, Black, and welcome to stage. For those, you got a little bit of feedback loop in there. For those that have just joined on stage, we've got MightyOrc coming in for an AMA tonight. You've all met me before, Barndog. If you are new to Grape, welcome and welcome to the AMA. Hopefully, we can ask some tough questions and you can find out from the orcs from Blacken directly what they've got in store. So it seems early on, you first have a look over the web page, the Discord. It looks like a little bit of an NFT project, but I hope to get through some of the tough questions because I know you guys. I've looked at your timeline, done a bit of research, and there's going to be a lot of questions and a lot of information. So first off, Black, and welcome to stage. Do you want to introduce yourself and who you are with Mighty Orcs?
Cool, cool. Thank you very much. I suppose that we're a team of four people: Marukai, Black and Hand, Dorten, and Troll, and we've pretty much doxed ourselves with Civic Key and with NFT Network as well. We wanted to basically develop a project that can help unify the Solana ecosystem together. I'll tell you probably a little bit more about myself, like and the team. I actually run. Well, I mean, I'm based in Melbourne and been building several businesses in Indonesia. So I run a entrepreneurs club across the Southeast Asia, and then we basically I've been building up businesses. I have a branding and marketing agency and several other skincare cosmetics factory as well in some of the countries. So we basically got united because of we have the what we call it system common childhood friends who like to play games, and then we started looking into the NFT industry. And Marukai has 16 years experience as a CG artist. He's been working with big brands like Bandai, with other brand as well, like Tencent as well, creating artwork, and then have attention to detail making art. If you probably seen the website, we created the 3D itself. We wanted to basically build the best product available, and then with Dorten, a seasoned veteran in crypto, he likes to do technical and fundamental analysis in the crypto world, and uh, IT graduate and expertise in China. Very passionate about crypto and believe crypto will soon be applied to many aspects in human life. And Troll is a gaming addict. I've been a gamer since childhood. I myself still plays some games. Um, if you know Dota, World of Warcraft, stuff like that. So yeah, and well, basically, we come up together because we wanted to create something. We've seen that there is a lot of potential in the Solana ecosystem, and with the low gas fee and a lot of prospects basically. But unfortunately, it's what we call what it created a bit of a problem as well, with rugs and with scammers that comes into the ecosystem, trying to just get some cash grabs. We wanted to basically, the project itself, the Mighty Orc, is basically something that we wanted to give back to the community per se. Like, we are actually developing not just the NFT, but we're actually building up a platform ourselves. Basically, the platform will be, I think we'll be able to share it. I think down the track, like, the platform is
You cut out Blacken. Could someone confirm on stage whether they can hear me and not Blacken Hand?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, so Blacken, you.
they can actually. It's a scoring platform where people from each DAO will
Blacken,
have a
what?
representative to.
1 second, Blacken.
Yep, can you hear?
Yeah, you just cut out. You were talking about the platform, and then you cut out for a solid 30 to 45 seconds. So you were saying we can. You.
Okay, sorry.
You were saying
Can you
that.
hear me now?
Yeah, we can now. You were saying that we can talk about the platform later tonight.
Yeah.
Yep. So
So
can you track back?
basically, it's. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now. So if you can just track back 40 seconds and keep going.
All right. The platform itself is basically a platform where all the DAO will be united, and then we'll be able to do, sending a representative jury to basically assess and provide a scoring platform for next and future projects. So this will help, like budding artists and developers who are really wanted to present their projects, will be able to get connected with investors, right? But this will also reduces or mitigate the risk of a rug pull, because we wanted to basically put that scoring system as a security measure for the people in the Solana ecosystem. So that's pretty much the beginning of what we wanted to do with MightyOrcs. And then, well, I mean, we are actually growing the plan itself, from introducing the male orcs that's coming to Mint. With that, we are also going to introduce stage female, and that female will be able to, well, basically, who owns the male and the female will be able to get a drop of a baby. And with the game that we're actually planning in the down the track, when we wanted to build the game, where you can actually earn coins, and you will be able to grow the baby with that coin itself. So obviously, this will show a significant value in holding the orcs, not just flipping them after the mint. So that's among one of the things that we wanted to do, and yeah, so yeah. Anyway, I think that's a short story. I'm sorry if I talk too much.
No, that's good. You've said a whole heap of things there that we'll have to come back to. So you've dropped a lot of big words. It's awesome to hear that you guys have got a passion for crypto. You've been around the system for a while. We'll circle back. There was two really big things mentioned there, that you've got a game and that you've got a breeding system that's going to be coming into play, and of course game coins, a token. And that's all stuff that's not really easy to see straight away on your website or in your Discord. So, yeah, we'll definitely be touching on those because they're super important. But have you guys been in Solana long then with the MightyOrc? How long have you been building for in the scene?
In terms of building the projects, we've started on September, and we've been building the platform. We have been also working on the artwork, the NFT itself. I think you will see the latest update in our website in a couple of days. With the revamped roadmap and the rarity and the what we call the simplified version of the roadmap, basically, something like that, and then the artwork as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and you're saying your team's built of passionate gamers, of course, taking such an orc theme. I'm not sure on Ethereum. I don't follow the Ethereum projects, but it's obviously going to stir up a few emotions for long time gamers. Straight away, I can think of 8 or 10 different things through the years that I've been doing. All Lord of the Rings series, D&D, all these kinds of things, and
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, it's definitely.
It's cool, isn't it?
How have you found the people in your community? You've got, I think it's around 9,000 in Discord. So how have you found the community have taken to the project so far?
They love it. Like, how to say this? Like, I know that Arcs hasn't been the hero, or well, I mean, in most cases, most games, or but has always been the underdog of the other races. But we all love orcs. Like, even one of my favorite heroes in Dota is, Mogul Khan. If you played Dota 2. But yeah, and most of the people, like, they have a bit of an affinity with orcs as well. Like, in a way that basically we look into the orcs because they have a sense of loyalty, a sense of honor, and then like, obviously when they're fighting, they go all out in a way, and that's what I wanted to portray with the projects because um, we wanted to be, what we call as the guardian of Solana, the one that initiate the project basically. So like in initiating the project, and we'll be able to invite, like, people coming from different faction, different races, and with the other, DAO coming in with collaborating with them. Obviously, there is going to be a lot of things that we can actually do together as well. So hopefully, yeah, we can see that in fruition.
So World of Warcraft had a movie come out that was centered on the orcs as well. What were your thoughts on that? Was it a fail or a pass?
I well, the coming one or the one previously?
No, the previous one with
The
our
previous one,
with
yeah.
our Vikings hero in it.
Well, okay, look, hero Dorutan. I love that guy. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you know that story, right? There is always the evil. I forgot the name. What's it? The name of the shaman.
Is it
But like,
Black End or Black Rend or something?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The green one, the green guy. The one that converting the orcs into the green colored sort of an evil version, but more powerful in that movie. But yeah, I mean, with I mean, it actually the story itself, right? Like, I love the storyline because, um, it shows some good within every races, but it's unfortunately because of the lack of communication, and it became an endless war, unfortunately. Yeah. So I mean, like, the way I see it, I actually like that movie. Unfortunately, it's because of a certain individuals, then it became yeah, a war zone for, an endless period of time. Unfortunately,
Yeah. No,
I
that's
hope they
that's
have a
good.
sequel
So
for it.
so you guys build the community with having a lot of art contests or storyline contests. Have you filled out some kind of community around that as well?
Yes, yes. We actually written a new lore. It's coming up on the website soon.
And then so law, you're going to be doing your own languages and stuff like that as well, just to get a bit of fun involved.
A little bit of fun, yeah, but not as much. Well, we'll see. That's a working in progress. But yeah, we do. I mean, like, if you read the lore, it's actually we introduce some of the language as well. But maybe a different kind of accent than the one that we already know, because, we're going to have to transcript the language, as a translation kind of thing. But yeah, something for fun. Like, we're creating the lore behind it. Basically, the lore itself. You know, we are going to fight the undead king, and like in the base of the game. And we wanted to basically, like, where you can actually earn coins basically on that games as well. And that lore initially, it was a peaceful place in the Solana Mountains, but then, we're looking into the scammers and the rock pools as the orc the as the undead king, and they started to basically, destroy the peaceful land, and then we wanted to basically be the one that guard the realm, something like that. And I think it would be fun to introduce, like, later down the track, with the other races, the other faction as well. I don't know what races will come in, and then I know where we will be able to work together with, but it'd be funny to see, I don't know, the sharks fighting alongside the orcs. I think,
Yeah, I
you know.
mean that was something I was going to be asking a little bit later on. Was what sort of projects are you looking at partnering on with? Because it's been a very big thing of Solana NFTs over the last 4 weeks to 2 months. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit. Let's have a little bit of a look at your NFTs. I just want to basically go over to touch with at the start. Mint
Okay.
mint numbers look a little bit random at stages, but 4,000 looks to be your set number of mints. Yeah.
Yes. Why do we I mean, like, initially we have the plan of a minting for 8,000 something numbers, but then we reduce it because we wanted to basically um to increase a little bit of a trust within the community itself. Like, we wanted to reduce the supply to 4K of male orcs, and the minting price, we're actually reducing the price as well below the initial. Like, we wanted to do 2 and then 1.5, and then looking at the current environment, we're looking into 1. But then, because of that, like, we wanted to basically just gain a seed funding to build, like, we are already spending efforts in building up the platform, and we are going to release the platform beta version before the minting date. That's the promise that we wanted to do. That's something that we wanted to basically do for the community. That's a sign of commitments.
So that's the scoring system you're
So
talking about, yeah?
yes,
Yeah, I do want to get into that because that's
yes,
going to be a super important subject, and it's one that we need on Solana. We need more of. Um, so 4,001 Solana mint dates around the 15th.
yes, 15. Aiming at the 15th. Hopefully,
So I just want to get
we'll be
some
able
of
to
that,
pull it off.
some of the basic question out for the crowd because you've got to understand once we start talking about games, DAOs, getting utility, being able to have a breeding system, we need to kind of have a bit of an idea around how many NFTs you guys plan on minting. So have you done many for previous prizes, early adoption, for OGs, early contests, getting hype up amongst your crowds?
Yes. Well, we've been giving what do you call whitelist, and then some, what do you call it, this more into like a special ones for influencers. What do you call it? Honorary orcs. We've been doing that as well. But in terms of building up, like, let's say the the orc supply itself, we wanted to do the 4K as the initial ones, and then after that we're building up with the female. So a limited number of the female as well for the second run.
I was going to say that'd be a
If that
busy.
answered it.
That's going to be a busy female if there's one woman amongst the 4,000 orcs.
Yeah. No, I think the female will be a bit more. We'll be releasing a bit more, so it will increase the price of the male, and
See,
then obviously the holder of the male and the holder of the female can have a drop of a baby, and with that baby, it will be grown on the coins you're earning from the game.
so the female, is that going to be a second NFT mint or is that going to be a drop for the males?
A second NFT mint.
Yeah, roughly. What's the rough plan on that then?
It's a different collection, but it's still under the roof of the Mighty Orcs Kingdom.
Yeah, so that's probably next year sometime. Do you think in the first quarter, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So there's no
Um,
absolute rush, but that's going to be tying into your game coin and then also your breeding system. Yeah.
yes.
Yes, you've got a team of
That's why,
four.
like, we have to. Sorry.
There was a question from the crowd here, which is kind of relevant at this point. So you've got a team of four, and we're talking about having the scoring system, games, and a lot of extra things on top of that. Do you think that's going to be big enough, or you're going to have problems with needing to scale up?
We're going to add the team, and basically with the first minting, like, it's basically like more into like a seed funding kind of thing in the project,
Yeah.
and we're building the game from that result, and then we will be introducing the platform, obviously, and that's coming from our capital funding, and as a business, basically, we wanted to build
You've cut out again, Blacken. Blacken, if you can hear me, you've cut out. It's quite a hard thing when you're talking mid sentence and you've got to think
Oh,
about what you said. You cut out again, Blacken.
I'm sorry. Do I got cut out? Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was actually
you were talking about the seed, the VC, the raising that first sale.
yeah. So initially, like we're delivering our promises by building up the platform. That is actually coming up from the capital funding, because we see that as a more important for the Solana community than the game, and that's why we're focusing on that first. Um, and the whole of the org will be able to be part of the people in the scoring platform. Like the I mean, like obviously everyone can access it, but once we've signed more into like an agreement or working together or collaborations with the other faction, then their artworks will be able to be used as a key so that they can actually contribute it in scoring and projects or upcoming projects and stuff like that. And I think that would be really cool because we were aiming to finish this one first before the game because we wanted to show the commitment because I think this is more important than the game to the Solana ecosystem, to the community itself.
So
What do you think?
let's look at that in itself, the scoring system, because we keep hearing about it. So it's going to be a platform you're going to be using. Your orc holders are going to become DAO members, I'm assuming, and you're then going to score other games, but other NFTs. They could be games as well. But how many are coming into the ecosystem? Is it 100 NFTs per week? How are you going to find which ones to then pick?
We're looking into the basically some of the, well, I mean ourselves. We have already 4,000s of the mill or coming out, right? So that's the NFT that basically giving access, and also we'll be asking like the major factions or races like the sharks that already existed, already minted as a part of the value utility that they can actually use for their communities to come along the project based on community and then the team and the marketing and the price based on the scoring system. And everybody, I mean, like obviously the from each DAO will have a representative, which they will be able to vote themselves, and then become sort of a jury for that particular project to give a score. But in terms of the other DAO, they will be able to actually come in and they'll be able to participate as well in giving like more into like if you've seen the Google not scoring Google Google rating system like where we can actually as an NFT holder we can actually give comments so everyone will be able the capacity to create scoring like the 5-star rating and stuff like that and comments but only the jury the respected people from their each DAO selected people will be able to what we call as scoring the project in the initial phase. I don't know if I could actually share screen to show, but then yeah, we'll show it in our website coming up.
Yeah, we had planned to think about possibly. Have you got the YouTube set up? You're going to look at possibly doing a stream for that now. But have you got a screen capture of it? You can at least put on in the live questions channel. I've got the ones that you uploaded to me earlier today.
Yep. Uh, yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah. So just for context here, they are very small to see. That's the biggest problem. So how legit is that was the one, yeah?
Exactly. How legit is? How legit dot is? I think that's going to be something that's going to be really change the Solana ecosystem.
So basically, you're talking about being a decentralized voting system, and you can rank and rate things based off other people's
Yes.
suggestions and points.
Yes. And I think that would be really good, don't you think?
I think we
Much.
I do think we need it. Like I've got my personal comments on a lot of projects, and I'm very open with that. I'm very open with my views on NFTs in general and all these kinds of things as well. But it's hard because a lot of people are relying on information from the crowd and the masses, and when people are making money, it doesn't necessarily mean a project is legit. It just means that someone that's not as smart as them is spending their money, or floors are being
Indeed.
bought up and all these kinds of. There is so many scams in crypto. There's so many quick builds. You see, gaming projects start up. They might start up with a coin launch because that's the big thing at the moment. Coins are doing 80 to 100 times very easily. These are games that have been in the system for a while. So one of the things you might see is a NFT game come out, and it doesn't mean that they're going to be legitimate. So again, though, how are you going to actually manage to handle the workload of the fact that Solana is booming and there are so many projects opening up? I think I did hear a figure of over 100 per week at the moment, and I know from the gaming stage we've got over 200 plus games building on Solana.
Yes, and that is why else as well. Like we're actually taking a royalty of 5%, and we'll be splitting up, basically for the what we call as the developers, and then that will be sort of a like an engine money kind of thing, like as an oil to the engine to that we can actually keep on recruiting people, building up the team, and keep on upgrading, updating the platform itself. So yeah,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
obviously that. Mhm.
Definitely interested to hear
Sorry.
more about the scoring platform and see something working in projects. So I know I'd love to be able to have a look later on. It just intrigues me that there's a lot of work involved. So you're going to have to be having full time people employed just to run that scoring system.
Yes, yes, yes. We're lucky to have one of the partners who's an IT head in the yeah, I mean like it as his part of experiences. So um he's the one that we've been pushing. Come on, let's get it done. Come on, let's get it done. And he has his own team as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's what makes it exciting.
that's cool. So with your NFT, is it going to be just a 2D JPEG,
It
or is it going to be
it's a
something a little bit more?
it's a 3D. It's a very high quality 3D,
Yeah, so it
and we're
actually,
introducing weapons.
yeah, it's going to move and stuff. Yeah.
Yes,
Get the alpha out here, people. So
yes.
it's not just going to be a standard picture. So how's that going to work for PFPs, for avatar photos and stuff for things like Discord? Is it going to be one of those interactive ones that move?
Yes, yes, of course, of course, of course. That's going to. I mean, like, we're actually like already introducing the what are moving weapons and stuff like that, right? As part of rarity and traits, and giving up drops so that people can get excited, and eventually we're probably gonna create a simplified, like I don't know, more into a bidding system where you can actually compete, and actually earning something, more into not like trading pink slips for the weapon, but something like that. That's part of the plan.
And you actually plan to do a staking feature as well for the NFT. Is that right?
Yes. It's more into like the game will be oh sorry, the game will be more into like a tactical RPG games kind of thing inspired by Clash Royale. We'll see. That's going to make it yeah, that's what we wanted to do on the nearly end of the roadmap.
Yeah. So obviously we would be talking towards the second half of next year for anything like that. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes.
And let's talk. You did mention about your royalties. You've got a different setup for the royalties. I'm trying to find the percentages on. Where did I see it? It was a weird setup with your royalties. Sorry, not your royalties, your sales and your fees.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's something that we wanted to basically. I mean, initially we wrote that on the website, but then after certain discussion that it will be a bit of a problematic in terms of the security and stuff like that. But we will be like the royalties can I mean like we wanted to use it to be able to sweep and raise the floor price as well down the line, something like that. We believe that in short term it is saturated market and people flipping and weak hand is unavoidable, but we can show to them that we're serious about this. I think we're confident that the price floor will be able to stable will become stable enough sooner or later.
Yeah, one Solana is a good price, I think, at the current stage. We've seen such a random month, the last month where we've had a lot of NFT sales not selling out. Some have cancelled, some have given up, some have stopped mints, some have added 2-for-1 bonuses. But then you see Portals last week just go absolutely berserk. So that was a great project, and it's kind of refreshed people's love for it. And then, of course, Genopets, what was that, 2 days ago? 41,000 bids.
Oh, cool.
41,000 bids for 2,300 NFTs. So let's
Whoa.
let's talk a little bit then. We've gone over the mint details. You still had a little bit more to talk about with partnerships and that. You've got some great partnerships coming up and some competitions and stuff to sort of highlight those. So what have you got happening in the next week before you mint?
Okay, well, we're doing with obviously get Grape related trades NFT. We're doing giveaway with Degenerate Apes and Monkey DAO related trades for special edition. As a prize for events hosted by Grape, for example, like the poker tourney, something like that. And we'll do a lot of competition before launch as well. We give based orgs, and they can tinker it with the Grape community will show their creativity and tinker it with however they like, and the winner will get the NFTs with the trades that they design, something like that that will increase a little bit of hype or a little bit of people getting excited about the mint date coming up, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, so the grape competition is going to be a traits one. So are they going to have like a picture of traits to be able to draw from, to pick out from and pick where they want to go, or they're going to design their own orc?
Yes, we'll be giving the base orcs so that they can actually tinker with it, with their creativity. The base orc, like a normal orc without any traits.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of where I can link that from. But let's get into the poker then. The poker's likely going to be next Saturday. That's going to be a guess. So just double check that for anyone listening. And that's going to be Degen Apes, Monkdow, Grape. Is there any other teams jumping in?
We're actually been talking with Soul God as well, to be able to actually help support the project as well. Soul God, and then I think we're going to build several other partnership as well with the pre-minting marketing process. So we will do it until basically creating the hypes, hopefully for our minting date.
What other are there any other sort of projects you're looking at linking up with then to help cover the workload of the scoring system? Is there a specific for that? Anything Web3 tools that you need to build out that are helping with, or
Obviously, we wanted to be able to work with. See, this is the thing, right? This is not just a project to remove other projects or become a competition with other tools, but if we could actually work together, like for example, even with Magic Eden or even with launchpads in the near future, we can actually work together with Civic. We could actually work together with the other platform as well. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to be able to what do you call it? Create something where everyone can actually contribute, everyone can actually share, and obviously it will be good because we've seen a lot of good people like you're sharing your knowledge. We've spoken with Solana Sensei, sharing their knowledge, and being among one of the top influencers as well. We've spoken with a lot of people, and these people can also share and using the platform to be able to help build this ecosystem to be better. because it's much needed, as you've already said it in the beginning. So I think this will be something that we can actually pull it off and hopefully be a greater help for the community.
Yeah, so that you did mention a couple of names there. You must be in chats then with some of the marketplaces,
Yeah.
Magic Eden, etc.
Yes, spoken with some of the people there.
We didn't actually go over where the basics are of where are you guys looking at listing for your marketplace?
Well, we are currently we're talking with Magic Eden, but I think we're probably going to use um the launchpad is full, so for the next 2 months, we're probably going to use the Mint Authority, their second, I don't know what do you call it, like sister company kind of thing, and probably Sol C as well. We'll see.
2 months, did you say Magic Eden's booked out?
Yeah, apparently that's what they said. So
Shit, eh? So
yeah,
at least it's forcing teams to get out there and build.
yeah, but I mean, like obviously we'll be able to work together with them because they're just a launchpad, right? Like we will be the scoring platform, and I think it would be good if we can actually connect the two. Yeah, the Magic Eden is a marketplace, right? So I think with the proper scoring system that we can actually provide with the DAO, where the people can actually node as well. I think that would be really really nice. I think. It will help a lot of people, or especially people that are new in the Solana ecosystem or in the NFT industry. I think it will help, um, yeah, some of the newer ones so that they don't get picked for a well, I wouldn't call it a wrong projects, but and then they lose money because of it. So I guess you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Most of us have lost money on one project, one or another.
And that's it, like and people give up, but there are some actually very good investment that we can actually find here, but yeah.
Well, going back to the portals, I mean, last week they minted for 1.5 Solana, and there's the third rarity was selling for 500 Solana. I noticed. So
Yep.
what is it? Ivory, Onyx, and then there's the one above that. Let's go through a few of these questions. I've got some spawn coins burning a hole in the Solana gaming bank. So if we've got any C class Grape members, feel free to raise your hand. We'll get you on stage to ask Blacken a question. Actually, I did want to tie it in with something like that. So there was a reason I wanted to use the spawn tokens, and it reminds me straight away was I've been really keen to see whether we can get some old school games going, and I'm talking Warcraft 2. I grew up on this. I actually grew up on Warcraft 1, but that was pretty shit compared to number 2, and then Warcraft 3 came out. So have you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
thought
yeah.
of running any of the old school games? I don't know, an old school gaming night or something?
Maybe why not? It's always good, especially where you can actually use the orc. I mean, it's going to be like always a working projects, but I think that's going to be really really nice to be able to recreate some of the what do you call it, the sensation that we used to get when we play the old games.
Oh,
You
I
know,
just
by you mentioning that, you've already exposed your age.
Oh, I expose it all the time. Don't worry about that. I actually saw Papa Dean with hair today for the first time. I thought he was older than I was, but I think I've got 5 years on old Papa Dean. We've got a question here from Pontes. I want to know about the team background and how I can verify the team profile. There are no links to LinkedIn or Twitter.
Well, we are pseudo-anonymous, but we've already doxed ourselves with Civic Key, and we've already doxed ourselves with an NFT network. So I think that provides a little bit of a security and shows that commitments to the community. Because why do we want to remain pseudo-anonymous is because of we do not know what kind of a backlash that it could be, like for our real life industry when we're doing the NFT or projects like this. But obviously, like eventually down the track, we never know.
You're saying you've already had experience. Well, you are managing businesses through Indonesia and Asia and stuff like that.
Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, you're actually in Melbourne. You were saying as well. So if we have a
Yes.
Melbourne meet, can we meet up for a beer there at some stage?
Oh, sure, why not? Or in Indonesia as well, whenever I'll be in any part of the country.
They don't let us travel out of Australia still. I don't believe.
Ah, yes. I'm actually for the past couple of years I'm actually based in Jakarta, Bali, and around the area. So been traveling quite a bit as well.
So then, with backers for the project, have you guys backed it yourself to start off with, or have you had some form of VC investing?
It's all coming from our own pocket money. And that's why we needed to see something, and we needed to see this to work.
Yeah, it's good to see teams putting in the money at the start, and obviously having that passion and drive to be able to work towards it, because obviously you need something to come out of it to keep going. Um, and then you're adjusting your mint prices. So one Solana is still quite a good price. And we haven't talked about rarities or anything of the NFTs. So I did link a picture in live questions regarding the NFT creation. It was just a single screen picture, but you guys are going to release how they've been handcrafted, and you were talking
Yes,
that he's had 16 years in art, so he's been building them himself.
yes, ground zero. I mean, you can actually look into the video. I think it's posted on the website. Yes, our artworks, and obviously in our Discord channel we displayed it as well. We keep the latest the latest updated proof of authenticity as well in our Discord channel. So I mean, even latest updates with the weapons, with everything, we posted over there. So yeah, the website's coming up soon. We're actually revamping, and I think in the next couple of days or so, it'll come up with the rarity list as well. Hopefully, with everything as well. So yeah, check it out in a couple of days, guys. But yeah.
Just some more questions here. King is asking, will the scoring of projects be objective or subjective?
Hopefully objective enough, because we're looking into five categories. Like for example, let's say with the team, they'll probably get a higher kind of score when you actually dox yourself with, let's say, Civic, or let's say that they can remain pseudonymous, of course, but then at least they dox themselves with some key partners or something like that. And then with the utility, we're looking into whether it's going to be used for it in a long term kind of thing. And obviously people can actually look at it, and with the partnership with the other faction, with the other races as well, obviously it will become very, very what do you call it, objective, because we're inviting a lot of people to come along to score, right? Not just ourselves. And hopefully it'll be able to, as I said, mitigate the risk of a rug pull for all the investors in the Solana ecosystem.
So when we're talking inviting other DAOs and that, how roughly how big do you think the numbers you're aiming for? Because you're going to have problems where there's going to be people voting in their own self interests in the projects, because obviously they'll be invested or they want it to succeed because they've got early buys or anything like that. So how many kind of numbers are you looking at getting into the voting system?
What do you mean, the jury itself, or?
Yeah, for the jury.
Well, obviously, I think selected members from the DAO will be able to vote, and will be able to actually, I think maybe choose one or two selected jury or something like that, and then they could actually provide the scoring. But we, as the NFT holders, from each DAOs itself, will be able to actually create our own, like, a 5-star rating, like a Google kind of 5-star rating, and comments. If you look into the App Store kind of thing, at the bottom of the project. So basically, obviously, the jury will be able to provide some scoring, but you'll want probably to see some of the comments, or more into like a testimony kind of thing. Not testimony, more into like scoring. People can comments in each of the project page. So I think that's going to make it very transparent, very um, straightforward for everyone.
And what
and
happens?
very fair.
What happens then if one of the early projects, rugs, in the end, does exactly what you're trying to protect from?
Uh, yeah, well,
We've unfortunately had it on Solana with one of the audio platforms. There was their first one of their first projects launched up and did a rug, millions of dollars.
oh shit, yeah.
Yes.
Well, there is. I mean, like we cannot stop the people that wanted to. We cannot stop the scammers basically, but we can help lower the risk. Like, that's the whole plan of this, the mitigating the risk by inviting, a lot of people, a lot of partners, a lot of people that can actually, I mean, like some good people, like you guys, like even you, Barndog, you'll be able to have a bit of a telltale sign of whether the projects will be a rock pool or anything, right? And you'll be sharing your knowledge with us. You'll be sharing it with the platform itself. That would be a very good what we call a expert opinion.
Yeah, I like it. I like the basis behind it because, I've seen dodgy things with games and stuff, and I don't want to use this platform tonight to mention particular ones, but there's still three or four that are in the that are selling NFTs at the moment that I'm just,
Yeah.
that I don't trust. Is probably a way, and I tell people if I'm not going to buy it and I'm not interested in minting, then that should be a good form of my own opinion. Um, Yeah. So I'm definitely interested
Yeah,
to
of
see
course.
something go ahead. It just comes down to, of course, workload and stuff and making sure we're keeping objective opinions and all those kinds of things as well. But testimonials, it's interesting to, we get so much of our action from Twitter. So I think you're going to need to find a way to integrate Twitter within it as well, or at least have key specific people in there because that's where we get a lot of our research from, isn't it, really, in the end?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, like, we're sort of an NFT launchpad with the DAO backing. We limit only 10 judges to give a score, and not judges, jury. We say like, and the jury will come from our community DAO and obviously the partner representative, which is from the different DAOs. So the scoring system will be as objective as possible, but I suppose we don't limit the number of the judges because it depends on how many judges wanted to or jury wanted to basically help us help to protect the I mean, like, once we have that score up and running, I think people will be able to see, right, like, whether this project is a if they have a bit of a tall tale sign of being a rug, then it's silly for them to actually jump in, but I guess you know it's up to them. There is no stopping that anyway. We believe many people have potentially big dreams, and have potential as well, like, but some of them have probably, I don't know, time or money, and we will never underestimate someone's potential basically, and that's why, like, as part of the proceeding as well, we wanted to basically help budding artists and developers to basically create projects and connecting with the people that wanted to invest, something like that. I think it will help a lot of people as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we're nearing on 50 minutes now. So I've put the question out there. If we've got any C-Class Grape members that want to raise their hand, 2,000 spawn, give me a good question, you'll get 5,000. But any other questions, please feel free to drop them in live questions. What have you found at the moment so far, Black? And what's been the biggest challenge for you guys building on Solana and building your project?
We're Well, we're trying to basically prove ourselves by creating and making the portal. I mean, a lot of projects out there, they probably don't deliver anything yet before the minting, and we wanted to try to be something different. I mean, like, with us being, docs as well, with the two keys, and then we wanted to basically deliver that at least a better version of that platform, so that people can actually see how committed we are. And developing it cost money as well. Just so people know, it's not free. So we're putting a lot of time and effort and money and creating the NFT itself, like, 3D animated orcs with high quality standards weapons and stuff like that. And actually, um, yeah, something that we wanted to show how committed we are to the project. So
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. 3D animated. I like I said, I'm not big on the NFTs. I try to. I stick very much into the gaming side of things. I'm happy hearing that. That helped me look a little bit deeper. It sounds like the gaming side of it's going to be late towards the end of next year, and that's fine.
Yes.
I like the idea of the scoring system. It is very good. So, have we got any more questions from the crowd? Blacken, do you want to give us any closing thoughts? Is there anything we haven't touched on that you wanted to raise tonight?
Cool, cool. I mean, like, game, metaverse, and a lot of other things that have been mentioned. It's very cool, and almost every projects talk about it, right? But is it truly a good utility in an NFT project? So, I mean, like, it's good for the fun bit, right? Like, but then, and that's why we're focusing on the platform because we wanted to deliver something real first. And the game will be exciting. The game will be something that, I think the best utility in the project is the community itself. And what's been haunting is the scammers and the rug pulls. So we wanted to basically help mitigate that with you guys. I mean, like obviously we cannot do it alone. Obviously we need everyone's help. But like and a lot of members are telling their bad experiences. They feel demotivated, and like one of the reasons that we choose to douse ourselves with the civic team is something that because we see that something needed to be done for this, right? So we wanted to be some kind of a gatekeeper, and that's why we call ourselves the guardian of the Solana. I know it's cheesy, but why not? Kind of cute, right? So and kind of scary for an orc to be. Would you like to have an orc as your guardian? I would.
I like it. I do like the I like the enthusiasm towards the orcs, and that's cool, dude. That is awesome. So we didn't touch on the game too much. It's funny because we hear a lot of the projects put the game out there, and we're going to be doing an NFT project, and then we will produce a game, and it's kind of hard because anyone that studied the gaming that's coming out to Solana, Rust, new games, all those kinds of things, is they take time and up to potentially years. Even some of the bigger games that have these big budgets and big teams are still getting these big delays. But what's the
Yes.
basis behind it? It's going to be it's got a very World of Warcraft feeling to it with Wrath of the Lich King. But the storyline reads that an orc falls in love with a ghoul, and they make an undead army, and then they take over their orc world and ravage it and all that kind of stuff. And is it going to be more of a PvE game?
Yes. The PvE so that I can actually earn some coins and then you can actually increase the baby orc. If,
So is that going to be the only utility for the token to start off with? Then is have you got DeFi planned for the token, or is there going to be more involved?
yeah. Yeah, 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 of course, of course, of course.
So I'm
Um,
guessing this just isn't really you know what I mean? Like there wasn't really a whole lot in the roadmap about that. So I guess let's avoid the token utility, but the game then what's the game going to be? Is it going to be a turn based thing, a card game? How's that going to work?
it's
Role
going to
role
be
playing game?
yeah, it's like tactical strategy RPG games, like the Clash Royale Total War kind of thing, but with 3D orcs. How cool is
Um,
that?
what platform do you aim to build that on? Phone or WebGL, Unity, UE4?
Unity.
Okay, so that'll be able to be phone as well as computer then.
Yeah, Unity or Real Engine. Did I get cut out?
No, 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 no. You're good. I'm just trying to go over my notes and see whether I've missed any of my questions. So, yeah, to
Cool.
wrap that up for the crowd, minting around the 15th. We're looking at it, and yeah,
Yes.
I like it. I like the artwork. I like I said though, I don't know any of the Ethereum stuff. It has a very World of Warcraft feeling to me. The artwork, and I would actually like to watch the video myself later and see the building stage of it because I'm talking to more and more developers that are doing these projects and building themselves. So it does interest me. And minting on the 15th, 4,000 units at one Solana each. Yeah, dude, I do wish you luck for that. And next week, hopefully, we can see each other be sitting at a poker table.
Okay. And we have the whitelisted people at 25% discount. So something to throw in for the community.
Okay, so is that still a chance for people to be able to get in and prove themselves? Are there competitions where they can get themselves whitelisted?
Of course. I think that's what's going to make it extremely interesting. We wanted to make it as exciting as as possible. I know the mission shows a little bit more into like mitigating risk, rock pools and stuff like that. Platform seems to be serious enough, like too serious. But I mean, obviously, we wanted to make it fun as well for the people that's coming and like experiencing it. So yeah, hopefully this could be something good for everyone. And like thank you very much for the opportunity to be able to share, Barndog. Pretty cool.
Cheers, man. I do want to do one giveaway. I've been trying to hand it out, so I'm going to link something in live questions.
Sure.
So I've done another one of my stick a quiz in a tweet. The first C plus Grape member to be able to get that, if someone beats us to that, tell me where that quote comes from.
Anyone?
Kaken has got it. Yeah, it is 2 towers. It is. I'm not sure whether you got that on stage. Blacken, did you see the tweet?
No, not yet.
It's just an old saw and tower and whatever it was. 2 towers.
Cool.
But that's awesome, dude. Just message me. My DMs are open on stage, and we'll sort that out afterwards. But super appreciate you coming on stage, Blacken. I'm keen to see the project now, see more of it. Please ping me for it. I'm quite happy to have a look and be able to have a chance to have more of a stage, I guess, to be able to talk my own good and bad things about projects.
Thank you very much.
As
Oh,
for
look at that. Yeah, the answer is 2
as
towers.
for the
Okay,
crowd,
cool.
yeah. As for the crowd, we had over 70 people there at one stage. That's an amazing turnout tonight. I appreciate everyone coming. We're going to have big competitions now linked up with unique NFTs created. So make sure you keep an eye on the posts, on the announcements, and hopefully you might be able to walk away with a MightyOrc created Grape NFT.
Cool.
All right, dude. I'm going to close the stage down. You have a good night, and everyone else have a great night and a good weekend. I'm going to have a sleep in. Crypto
Thank you very
don't
much.
rest for nobody.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share. Stay healthy, regardless wherever you are.
Thank you, mate.